cricket, but how's everything at Vulcan, and how have you been keeping at this time?
Yeah, I'm all right, mate. So, yeah, a few bats and stuff, repairs, bit of kit going out. Obviously, it's difficult times, as everybody knows, but yeah, brought myself a bike because all the gyms were shut. So I've been doing a bit of cycling and doing a few miles, mate, and finding out places where I've never ever been before. And no, it's been good. So I've enjoyed that, but I'd rather be playing more cricket, that's for sure.
It's fantastic. No, my dad got a bike to do a similar thing. He's not yet a mammal, but I feel he might be on the way to doing so. So cool. So I guess casting your mind way back, obviously keen to hear about how you started Vulcan Cricket and things. But what was the story? How did Vulcan Cricket come to be?
Well, it all sort of started, I mean, years ago when I was a young chap, and he always used to my dad's always worked with wood. My great grandfather before him went to school, never interested in woodwork, mate, making bird boxes and stuff like that, and CD holders just didn't really float the boat. And then I basically had a deal with a large brand, and I kept busting their bats. So the rep from them said, "You need to find yourself someone else to use and put our stickers on them." So I was playing in a game where I saw a choice willow bat being used, and I thought that sounds all right. Got the contact details, and then contacted Gary from Choice Willow, and sort of went over, had a couple of bats made, and then the following year I decided to use all his kit, and then the relationship started that way. Obviously I'm a qualified coach as well, so they were short of a coach one winter, and sort of went over there from there, and it just started from there, and had a couple of coaching sessions cancelled because it was snowing. I was over there, he was in the workshop, and he was I was always looking at the tools and stuff, and he was on the phone, and he said, "Have a go," which the tool was a Travisher. He tells me it's one of the hardest tools to use, but I sort of had a quick go, and the willow sort of flew off and made a nice noise, and he couldn't wait to get off the phone and said, "You can make cricket bats," and just went from there really. And then obviously because he's over in Redbourne in Hertfordshire, and obviously I'm in Braintree in Essex, so he sort of said, "Why don't you have a go yourself?" And for the first probably year and a half, I just concentrated on repairs in the little shed, and gradually sort of taught me bits and pieces. And then eventually I just, he taught me basically about pressing and just everything really. So, and then I just sort of took the plunge and went for myself. And yeah, I mean, it's great to see a lot of people starting up, because obviously I started small. Well, I still am small, I'm not a massive company, and yeah, it just went from there really. And I just sort of build it up slowly. Started off with a few people in the club I was playing with, and then a guy, Mark Welby, he does all my websites, MW Studios, really good websites. Little pun there for him. And his son plays for Essex Ability, and also the England Lions Ability. So, I mean, he's a good cricketer. I remember coaching him as a young lad, so it was good, really. And we just went from there.
That's terrific. And how did the name, or how did you come up with the name for the business?
It's just a funny one, really. So I wanted to be called Phoenix Cricket to start with. Research, couldn't find sort of the name, and then I've sort of done a bit more, taking me time searching the internet, and then I come across Phoenix Cricket, and I was a bit gutted really, because sort of Phoenix from the Flames and all that sort of thing. And then I sort of done a bit of research, looking at names, what would sound good. I want something short and sharp. I didn't want nothing sort of double-barreled or anything like that. And I sort of come across Vulcan, looked into that Greek mythology and all that, but also it's I like aeroplanes as well, military aircraft, Vulcan bomber, and I thought, well, that ties into two. So I just sort of went from there really, and it sounded quite good, and I just thought, well, no one's ever used it before, so I thought we'll give it a whirl.
Makes perfect
sense. Didn't really want to be called Dean Cricket Bats. Don't really like having my name on anything, if I'm honest with you.
No, that does make sense. I can say Brian doesn't really work for me. And then I guess you've spoken about with Choice Willow. What else was the inspiration for starting your own company?
Well, I've always love cricket, you've got to have a passion to play the game. Some say it's a wonderful game, some say it's a stupid game, but to me, it's the best game in the world. And it just, I don't know, really. I just sort of, over the time, watching Gary make a bat and stuff, I just thought, yeah, I fancy this, you know, having a little dabble. Really grateful for him showing me all the skills and, you know, how to use different tools and stuff. And I just sort of really enjoyed it, really. It sort of became, I don't know, I always call it a hobby because I really enjoy it. You know, when I start, obviously you want to make a few pennies here and there, you know, but to me it's a passion rather than relying on it for, you know, making £1 million. You know, I've seen a lot of little companies start up and then they go. I've chatted to a few people, and one guy, and he was going to make 30 grand in his first year profit, and I sort of thought you might have a bit of shock reality when it comes to it, but good luck to you. And he lasted a year, which is a shame really, because he was a nice guy. But yeah, it's hard. Like, you know, you're up against some real quality brand names and other bat makers. There's some real good bat makers out there, you know. But Gary was always an inspiration for me. Really laid back guy. I think he's probably one of the best bat makers in the country, maybe the world. But he's so laid back, don't like the limelight. He just does what he does, and that's it, you know. And he sort of, you know, I chatted with him a lot about different things. He's guided me when I first started, and then sort of let me, not, you know, because obviously it's mine, but he always sort of, I always ask him for guidance, and, you know, and it was good really. He's sort of like a mentor really, but he's like a mate really, you know. We have a laugh and send each other little stupid videos and things that pop up, and you know, it's good.
That's great. And I guess building such an established brand as he's done, what is your vision for, I mean, obviously you're established as well, but what's the vision for Vulcan Cricket in the future, and how are you looking to grow the business in going forward?
Well, it's difficult really, so, you know, I sort of try and, you know, produce good quality stuff at a good price, you know, compared to, you know, some people, you know what it's like, you get people asking for discounts and so on and so forth. It's hard really. You know, eventually I will sort of build a bigger workshop, try and have a little showroom here, but I'm always sort of, I don't know, put off by having a big warehouse, you know, workshop, showroom, so on and so forth, because the overheads are so expensive. I mean, you take this year, I mean, it'd be really, I feel for some of these companies are, you know, are big, you know, and got to shift a lot of kit to make ends meet really. Really goes out to them, because it's hard. And if I'd have done that, to be fair, mate, like this year, and, you know, spend £5 grand a month on overheads and that, I'd be gone, mate. There's no two ways of doubt about it. I'd be under, mate. But I'm really lucky. I'm in the bottom of my garden, mate. So, I mean, what I've always called it my bat shed, you know, and that's what it is. And it is what it is. Yeah, one day maybe we'll see. You know, the dream was always to have something like Gary's at Choice, you know, the indoor school and that. But, you know, when you look into it, it's mega money, you know, and I'm not, well, I don't know. I suppose if I bat sometimes I'm a chancer, you know, chance my arm a bit. But in terms of things, you know, I've sort of worked quite hard in the 10 years I've been going to do what I do. So, yeah, at the moment, with what's obviously happened, I'm quite content in what I'm doing, really, because it's funny old times. You can't really plan anything.
I agree. It's a very difficult time at the moment of talking. And I guess we had the Cricket World Cup and the Ashes last summer. It was the World Cup and best in the Ashes. What impact have you seen that's had on your business, and has that seen a big uptake of people, you know, taking up cricket in Essex, and has that boosted Vulcan and also the local clubs around you?
Yeah, I'm really lucky, mate. I've got a really good customer basis that have come back for bats, repairs, so on and so forth. So I'm really lucky in the local area, and, you know, it's got some real good loyal customers, and I'm really grateful for that. Yeah, when that World Cup, that was phenomenal, mate. You know, and I was hoping we were going to see the repercussions of like we did in the 2005 Ashes, where cricket took off. You know, the numbers went flying through the roof, more kids taking part. You know, some old timers coming out having a game again. gets the old juices flowing. And I was hoping we were going to see the repercussions of that this year, but unfortunately, life is life, isn't it? You know, so, but, you know, it's good that we've been able to sort of net and have the one-to-one coaching and that again. So fingers crossed, hopefully it'll make people even more hungrier. So I think more next year, I think we're going to start to see, hopefully, you know, more sales, so on and so forth. I've seen a lot of repairs come in the last couple of weeks. It's understandable, you know, people are not sure whether we're going to play any proper cricket or anything, so they maybe just want their back sort of tidied up, repaired, and get the rest of this year out of it and go from next year. But it's frustrating, but you know, it is what it is. At the end of the day, health and saving people's lives is more important than hitting a cricket ball at the end of the day.